What does it take to become the greatest female footballer of all time? Is it talent, an unyielding drive, or something much deeper that keeps one fighting against all odds? This is the story of Marta Vieira da Silva, a name that has come to define women's football, a name that began not in the spotlight but in the shadows of rural Brazil. This is her story, a story of raw resilience, of endless courage, and of a passion that burned so brightly it lit a path to history. Marta was born in Dois Riachos, a quiet, sun-drenched town nestled in the countryside of Alagoas, Brazil. Raised in a modest home, she had little in terms of material wealth, but an abundance of something far more valuable: passion. As a young girl, she found herself drawn to a simple joy: a soccer ball. In a community where girls were expected to dream small and stay close to home, Marta chose the field, a field often lined with skeptics and criticism. "Football isn't for girls," they'd say. She would hear this refrain over and over, but every word of doubt only seemed to fuel her desire to prove them wrong. I remember they'd laugh or say I couldn't do it, but I didn't care. I didn't have much, but when I had that ball at my feet, I felt free. Nothing else mattered. As Marta grew, so did her passion and her challenges. She didn't only face the societal pressures that told her she didn't belong on the pitch, but also poverty, lack of resources, and limited opportunities. Her family couldn't afford proper gear, and training facilities were nowhere in sight. Every day, she practiced on makeshift fields, often barefoot, her feet meeting the rough earth with every step. For Marta, every game, every kick was an act of defiance, a bold statement against everything holding her back. She had an unbreakable spirit and a fierce determination to rise above her circumstances. She was an unstoppable force, and while she was just a girl, Marta carried with her the dreams of a warrior. Her resilience, born out of necessity, became her greatest asset. She turned obstacles into opportunities and criticisms into fuel for her journey. At 14, Marta made the decision that would change her life forever. Leaving her quiet hometown of Dois Riachos, she traveled over 1,000 miles to the bustling, unfamiliar streets of Rio de Janeiro. She had no promises, no guarantees, just her dreams guiding her forward. Rio was a world away from Dois Riachos, both literally and metaphorically. She was alone in a new city where people didn't know her name or her dreams. Marta faced disbelief and rejection from coaches who didn't think she had what it took. They saw her as a small-town girl with dreams that didn't seem possible, but her resilience remained her greatest strength. Every time she set foot on the field, she played as if it was her last game. For her, each day in Rio was a reminder of why she left Dois Riachos, and she was determined to make it count. In 2000, her tireless pursuit paid off. Marta joined the prestigious Vasco da Gama's youth squad. This was her first taste of professional football, a world she'd only dreamed of, one that felt both exhilarating and daunting. At this moment, Marta knew she could make her dreams come true. With each season, Marta's skill became undeniable. She possessed a rare combination of agility, vision, and strength. Her left foot was her signature, powerful, graceful, and unstoppable. Opponents who underestimated her quickly learned just how mistaken they were. She could maneuver through defenses with a unique ease and agility that set her apart. Her passion and determination translated into performances that left audiences speechless and opponents overwhelmed. As Marta's fame grew, so did the challenges. She faced the harsh reality of being a female footballer in a male-dominated world. The differences were stark. Female players faced lower wages, fewer resources, and limited respect. But Marta refused to be seen as lesser. She made it clear that her place on the field was not a concession, but a right earned through grit and skill. "I played not just for myself, but for all those who couldn't. I wanted to prove that football is not a men's game, it's a game for everyone." In 2003, Marta made her debut on the international stage at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Her performance was electric, showcasing her grit, strength, and raw skill to the world. She was young, fierce, and unstoppable, and the world took notice of the girl from Dois Riachos. As Marta continued to dazzle on the international stage, she achieved something no female player had done before. She won the FIFA World Player of the Year award 5 times consecutively. This wasn't just a personal victory, It was a historic moment that challenged and redefined the limits for women in football. This was more than a trophy. It was a symbol of change, a victory for every young girl who'd been told, "You can't." But this recognition wasn't the end for Marta. She was just getting started. As her reputation grew, so did her responsibility. She knew that she was not only playing for herself, but for the countless women and girls who saw her as a role model. Marta's career has been a journey marked by triumph and hardship, victories and sacrifices. But through it all, she has played with an unbreakable spirit, driven not just by her dreams, but by the dreams of millions who look up to her. Off the field, Marta has used her voice to fight for equality in the sport, advocating for fair pay, respect, and recognition for female athletes. Marta is not only a footballer, she is a symbol, a fighter, a beacon of hope. She has stood up for female players everywhere, pushing for improvements in the sports infrastructure and for equal treatment of female athletes worldwide. It's not just about me, it's about every girl who dares to dream. We are just as strong, just as capable, and we will be heard. As she enters the later stages of her career, Marta reflects on a journey filled with victories, heartbreaks, and profound lessons. She has faced injury, adversity, and countless battles, yet her fire remains unquenched. Even now, she steps onto the field with the same passion that first drove her as a young girl in Doariacos. For Marta, football isn't just a sport, it's a language, a way of life. And though she has achieved legendary status, her legacy extends far beyond records and trophies. She has reshaped the landscape of women's sports and proven that determination, resilience, and vision can make dreams come true, no matter where you start. Her journey reminds us all to never let anyone define our limits. Marta's story is far from over, but her legacy will forever echo through the generations, a testament to the power of dreams and the courage to pursue them. In a world where obstacles are often placed in the path of those who dare to dream differently, Marta has proven that persistence can turn doubt into belief and limitations into strength. She has shown us that greatness isn't something you're born with, it's something you forge with resilience, faith, and an unyielding desire to rise. Marta Vieira da Silva's story serves as a beacon of hope, not just for aspiring female athletes, but for anyone with a dream. She has taught us that the journey to success is not easy, but the rewards are worth every sacrifice. Marta's legacy will live on, inspiring future generations to step onto the field, be it in sports or life, with passion, courage, and the determination to leave their mark.